Okay, so welcome to Blue Girls Video Podcast. These are documented dreams. I have dreams for October 2015 and November 2015, and I might be able to get to December 2015. I'm not sure. So these dreams are documented dreams. They're actual dreams that I've had, and so they're all documented in my journals. So the first one is two trains. A young man with medium brown hair is sitting alone. There are two trains, one going in a southern direction, possibly to Denver, in about a week, if funds available. A woman is looking for an electronic gadget with her name on it. A Mexican woman is sitting down in front of a monitor, and she changes something on the computer. So Bart. This woman is standing on Bart, and when she doesn't recognize area, she gets off train. $3.99, $1.99, and another month. A house is in a quiet woodsy area where a couple reside with another girl. A woman is cleaning her room and picks up a flyer on a table. She wants all the bus schedules, and another girl laughs at her. She wants to go to Santa Fe to talk to a man about housing. Okay, so basically, I'm standing at the bus or the train station at Bart, in California, of course. And so I was on the BART, and then I don't recognize the area. So I get off. So it sounds like I was a little lost. So I think the amount's $3.99, $1.99. It could just be like rent amount, deposit amount. So I think the house was like people would stay there. Almost like a hostel. I think that's why there is a flyer on the table. And it also says picks up. So anything that's picked up is like someone's going to pick up the tab, pick up something. And then she wants all the bus schedules, and another girl laughs at her. I don't know why that would be funny. But anyway, so then I want to go to Santa Fe to talk to a man about housing. I actually did that. This is 2015. And I think I was going to port a voucher there, but like the guy that I talked to, was saying that basically the areas were not good. And I never ended up porting a voucher there. So anyway, so the next dream is shoebox. There is a room full of husky-looking women, some with deformities, and an African-American woman is sitting at a table. A woman recollected some things and told some older guy with gray hair, "Your sister had a baby." Okay. This woman, who looks like a friend of mine from a long time ago, is sitting at a table in a room by herself. Another woman walks into the room and pretends not to acknowledge something, some paper items in a shoebox on a floor. So, you know what? And I don't have this in here, but I thought that the husky women were Russians. There was just a bunch of, several women there that were big boned. And for some reason, I thought that they were Russian women. And I don't remember the African-American woman sitting at a table. Your sister had a baby. Okay, so I'm not for sure what that's about. I've never had a kid. Okay, so last name. A guy who seems to appear really out of it, and an older couple are around. The last name. So I'm not for sure what that is all about. Barefoot. A woman was walking around barefoot, and another woman apologizes. This guy with short, dark brown hair is in dream. An Asian woman is sitting with a group of women, and one of them wants to go camping. She hadn't been camping since she was 17 years old. So, yeah, when I was a child in the 70s, people could walk around barefooted. They didn't have all these, not all these, but you didn't have to be wary of needles, stepping on needles, syringes, or anything like that. And and it was kind of the thing, being barefooted. So that's why they have that no shirt, no shoes, no service kind of thing. So anyway, So I don't know what another woman was apologizing for. So yeah, it's true. I haven't been camping. Well, no, I hadn't been camping since I was 17 years old. That's true. I have all this camping gear and I've never been camping. And part of it is because I don't have a driver's license. And I don't have a driver's license. So a lot of these camping places are, way out in the boonies. So you got to have a vehicle. Wallet. Okay, a man who has a black wallet is sitting on a table. There is a glimpse of an ocean. Okay, a woman, possibly Mexican, was sitting at a table by herself. There was a hole in the ceiling that was dripping water, both second and fourth. Then a group of women, all having light-colored hair, are sitting at a table. I liked them, but they didn't like me. Wrote a check. So this is another dream where there was an issue with the ceiling dripping water. And so both the second and the fourth, I'm assuming that's like February and in April, or the second and the fourth. And they all had light colored hair. I think they were from the Midwest. I'm not sure. I don't remember, but so yeah, I like them, but they didn't like me. So sometimes with these dreams, I don't know if it's my own fear or whatever, because sometimes I get that in dreams, like this woman doesn't like me or whatever, blah, blah, blah. Hotmail. A young girl is falling in love or in love. An older man sitting at a table is writing down a Hotmail account. I don't remember this dream. Okay, so express bus. A woman is riding an express bus and is squished between two women. One woman had a lot of items in her backpack, which she puts underneath her seat. She then puts her keys in her front pocket of her red corduroy long sleeve shirt. I used to have this kind of shirt a long time ago. A woman then pulls the string to signal to get off. Well, the cord actually, to get off at the next stop, and it's taking longer than expected. She writes down the name of the small stores as she gets off, one being a car repair store. An African-American man is in his small room. Another room has lockers. Okay. So I don't remember this dream too much. Some of the times I don't remember these dreams, and sometimes it's more than I like to admit. But, documenting dreams for like 10 years or whatever, there's going to be some that I don't remember much about. So yeah, okay, she writes down the name of the small stores as she gets off. So I kind of do that actually, like when I move somewhere, I have the bus schedules, and then I'll write, like when I take the route, I'll write down, stores that I may be interested in to go to, kind of when I first move there in the area. Okay, so the next one is redo and bicycle. A woman was sitting at a table with a woman with short, black, wavy hair. She may have been in another dream, but not recently. Her son may have been there. The other woman mentioned Panama City, Florida, and then smiled. February, then there were rolled cigarettes in a container. Upset, had to redo. Okay. Something had to be right down, whatever. It says there were rolled cigarettes in a container. Well, that wasn't my cigarettes. I don't smoke. Bicycle. This is the last one for October 2015. The same girl that was in a recent dream, former Mexican woman, there was a brand new bicycle, either light blue or light pink. I think blue with a tag of $135. Okay, so now I am, it's going to be, the dreams are November of 2015, and the first one is runaround. There are these two young women at work who are avoiding each other. A woman is sitting high up in a safeguard chair. A woman who looks like a thespian is waiting for a bus to Walmart. She is trying to make an appointment and is getting the runaround. An address is coming up on the computer but can't remember. 99. Okay. So I don't know why these women are avoiding each other. So one, is higher up in position. So it sounds like I'm trying to make an appointment for whatever, and I'm getting the runaround about it for whatever reason. So the next one is FBC, and that is First Baptist Church. A couple of women are around a building that reminds me of the inside of FBC with a balcony. One has a hairstyle like Dorothy Hamill, but black hair instead of brown. Then there is a small area, possibly an RV sleeping area, with all women in the bunk beds. 30. A woman thinks to herself, I knew this was going to happen. So I was probably thinking that, and I don't know what I was thinking, what was going to happen. So yes, the hairstyle like Dorothy Hamill, the one where it looks like somebody put a bowl over her head and just kind of cut it like this, and all one length, but it's like, yeah. But she had like brown hair instead of black or darker hair. Unbuttoned. A man's cuff is unbuttoned while a woman's button up shirt is exposed. Her cleavage. As she passed someone, she high-fives him. There is an outside open dining area where people are sitting on stools as they eat their burgers and French fries. A woman sits down next to a woman and is looking at the water nearby, possibly an ocean. She wants to show someone a picture of an oil drilling rig on a body of water. She prefers similar places to live. Being near water, a woman seems to know a lot about nature and oceanography. A woman doesn't want to stay with homeless people and hides something under her bed. Okay. So, man's cuff is unbuttoned and the woman's shirt is exposed. Obviously they hooked up. And that's why she's like high-fiving someone. I don't know why, but so I think that they were outside, whatever, in a dining area. Oil drilling rig on a body of water that could possibly be the Pacific Northwest. I'm not for sure what was hid underneath the bed, though. 8 to 4. This area is not familiar, possibly small town. A woman crosses the street and enters the store of a man at a counter. 8 to 4. A woman with light brown, long brown hair reminds me of a former landlord in Florida. She has papers and something plastic. A woman paid a bill and told a woman that she is smart. Okay. So I vaguely remember like crossing the street and someone wanted me or this other woman to work 8 to 4. And whoever this other woman was smart. Okay, so basically it's like she reminds me of my former landlord of Florida. It's probably just physically looks like her or the same name. Barrette and numbers. A woman with long black hair pulled back in a barrette with brown eyes. She got her taxes back and she told everyone. Okay. A young woman is trying to decode alpha and numeric numbers. Line and candles. There are really long lines and a young woman is leaning up against her boyfriend. A young man is sleeping on a sidewalk. A woman has some of her clothes in a zebra bag. A woman will write more when she remembers. A woman is designing a website with candles. Mick and FL, Florida. Walking straight to a destination and see a McDonald's with a convenience store connected to it. Okay, I don't know where that's at. A woman pulls a string on a bus to get off the bus, which lets her off at an unclear bus stop. This area isn't familiar to her and has really cool looking shopping stores that remind her of a former residence city in Florida. She then is at a store looking at a stuffed animal and 3 Mexican women are near her and go ahead of her. The woman states, I do not know why they gave this to me. She can't afford it. Okay, so let's see here. So I'm thinking that it looks very similar to the city that I lived in, like as a snowbird in Florida. Um, it's probably the downtown area. And so it sounds like what happens in the dream is there's a woman, there's an apartment, a low income apartment available in Florida, and she's like, well, why did she, hand them my folder because I can't afford it. This apartment that, even though it's low income. So three other women or somebody on the third goes ahead of me. So that's what ended up happening in the dream. Lens. This is a stupid dream. There are two round lenses, pink or purplish in color. An African American man that has not been in previous dreams is in this one. A woman is at a post office counter with two pieces of mail that have stickers on them. Okay. Maroon. A maroon colored substance is on a slate. A white covering is placed on the right side of the lower abdomen. Blood seeps through the covering. Hello, I can't speak. Okay, so this is titled Bizarre Week. And the first week of November 2015. On November 6, 2015, I had an appointment with BKPAC, switched to CA. I've read this before, I think, MD at end of December 2015, but then switched back to BKPAC, appointment beginning of January. Okay, on November 9th, 2015, I had a dental hygiene appointment at school with SV, has relatives in PT. Okay, the town over, my previous address, WA. It is a 2-year program, ends in June. Okay, so, yeah, the magazine. So, what this was is I saw somebody from a city that was close to where I live. I'm not for sure exactly where she lived. Oh, in Washington she lived, okay? She used to live or whatever. So that's why I'm going to read the magazine, because it's like that Leah Michelle. So she looks like her. September 6, 2013. I was interested in reading this magazine article. On the cover was a young woman with brown hair and eyes and wide smiling grin. This guy and I were having a discussion concerning my college. I told him that I have never finished my art degree in spite of obtaining straight A's and a couple of B's. I never excelled in any particular area of art. Now I would have to take pre-calculus. He thought it was comical for me to even consider attending school at my age, and plus a lack of finances. Okay, now there's something about 1.0, 9.0, and I was at a 1.0. I think that's a pH scale. So this was like another dream, the magazine document to September 9th, 2013. So in November 11th, 2015, I had an appointment with GJ. PAC says I look familiar, didn't recognize man. November 15th, 2015, oh, it don't matter. November 12th, 2015, I had an interview for housing. Air. A man with short black hair is sitting at his small desk by himself. Another woman is frustrated. There is a new way to uncode something into the system, but she doesn't know how to do it. A friend agreed to help, but declined. There is possibly a baby around with two cats cuddling together on the floor. A display of holiday DVDs. Okay, so Body of Water and Bald is the next one. It's still in November of 2015. A woman is with an African American friend at a coffee place. When she walks outside, it is lightly raining and she is concerned about getting wet. She is waiting to catch a bus to go into a straight direction. She looks outside her window and sees a body of water. Now, I did eventually end up living like outside my window. I could see a body in water. There's other dreams about it. Okay, Bald is the next one. A bald-headed man is sitting in a chair With an annoyed looking expression on his face, a young girl with feathered light brown hair is sitting on her couch by herself. Some. This isn't clear. There are possibly an older man at an office. A large sum of money goes through. Next one is hope. A couple are sitting on a floor of a dark room. She is crying and cuddling with her cat. There's a sense of going in a northern direction and to the left. She feels hope. Okay, so Tuesday and clothes and 5 slices. Tuesday, a young girl is in a house in a small town. On Tuesday, there are 3 people in charge, and she is supposed to take a train to a short distance, which is a waste of money. She was supposed to get picked up at 6:30 or 9:30. A man has a gallon jug of water. Okay. Okay, so there are 3 people that sounds like this is helping this woman. I don't know if it's me or not. Supposed to take a train a short distance and think it's a waste of money. So something is going to be picked up 6:30. That could be June 30th, or 9:30 could be September 30th. A man has a gallon jug of water. So that is different. They sometimes carry a jug of water in the Southwest because it gets so hot out there. I've seen people. That's the only place where I've seen people carry a gallon jug of water. Clothes. A mom and daughter with long blonde hair are shopping for undergarments. She was going to give her $60 in cash but gave $70. Other people paid with card transactions. One guy was being an ASHOLE. That's why I grabbed this, because sometimes I think I might be a little dehydrated, just a little bit. So I remember this. It was a mom and daughter at a retail store, and they were just shopping for undergarments for the daughter. 5 slices. A white building has a green molded symbol on the front wall of the entrance. This guy is having a conversation and has pictures of this girl on 5 slices of photos of a girl like in the November 20th, 2015 entry. I don't know. Okay, so this is the last one for November 2015. Young, then old, and longer brown hair. Okay, so young, then old. In the back room of a store, there is a long table with several young people wearing either a blue or red shirt. A young blonde-haired woman with large blue eyes is having a conversation with an older lady with gray hair. Someone has placed a pair of pants and shirt on the top rack of a clothing rack. Then there was this long tape thing that became alive and started moving like a boa constrictor. Some people are sitting on the steps outside of the store. Well, I don't remember this. Longer brown hair. A woman with bangs and long brown hair and eyes is sitting in the back of a car with a friend. If she could just get to Minneapolis, then she can take a bus number 16 or number 21. Then a short, wavy, blonde-haired woman comes out of a room. Okay, so that could be the 16th or the 21st. Okay, well, thank you for watching. We covered October 2015 and November 2015. So the reason why that I read these first is, well, because you have to know what's going on. But what I mean is, like, sometimes I'll remember more of the dream, like I'll visually see it, and sometimes I won't. So that's why, I kind of like to add things kind of from what I remember. So, thank you for watching.